In this meta, defenders can move faster than runners and even get to mid flag before them. They can one-shot every single unit just like an attacker. And then we have the attackers who can move around just like runners and have skills that pretty much hit every single flag, and you can also teleport to flags just like defenders. And now recently we just got a runner whose kit is built more like an attacker. He's got a trade KO and he's also immortal as long as he has a speed buff, and is built to KO units more than to cap flags. The game has turned really chaotic, and honestly this isn't the OPBR that I remember playing when I first hopped onto the game. So today I'm pretty much going to be addressing this topic and talking about how the game has changed so much over the last couple of years, and for the worse in my opinion, so let's hop right into it. Alright, so pretty much the first point that I want to touch on today is pretty much the fact that classes just don't make sense anymore. Like, what do you mean like nusjuro can just run around and pretty much can KO every single unit? He can run to mid flag and get there before runners. Like, at that point, there's no point of having classes, bro. Just remove defender, runners, and attackers. Just make them units, bro. Just drop units and just let them do their thing, bro. Like, forget about runners, defenders, and attackers, because these were built, like, this system was built, the system of classes. The concept of classes was mainly built in order to assign roles to specific units falling under that class. So if you're like a defender, you should basically have traits and skills that are more likely to be, helping out like under your class. Like if you're a defender, you should just have skills and traits to be able to defend a flag and not to be able to KO pretty much every single unit and run to mid flag faster than runners. Same thing with attackers. If you're an attacker, you should just basically have traits that should be able to help you to KO other units, not just like randomly teleport to any single flag and hit every single flag on the map. Like that is just like not what an attacker does, bro. Like legit, that's not what an attacker does. Same thing for runners. You should just have traits that should help you to cap flags, not be able to just one-shot units left, right, and center, trade KO units, stay alive forever and stuff like that. I mean, you should be obviously able to survive, but like I'm talking, I might be exaggerating a little bit on the runner part, but should be able to cap flags. You get what I mean, right? You get what I mean. So that's what I'm saying. Like the concept of classes has just gone far away. It's like you're starting out watching Naruto and everything's about ninjas, and spoiler alert, by the way, if y'all have not finished watching Naruto and Boruto, by the time you get into Boruto, bro, it's not even about ninjas anymore. It's about something completely different, right? So that's pretty much the analogy that I'll use to compare it. It's pretty much like it started off as like classes, defenders, they defend flags, runners, they cap flag. Now it's not even about that anymore. It's just like any unit drops and every unit has to have like a one-shot skill now where they one-shot any unit. And yeah, I don't really know what the point of classes is anymore. Honestly speaking, I don't really know why you even have classes anymore. At this point, if you're making units like this, bro, might as well just remove the concept of classes from the game. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's pretty much my first point. Alright, so the next point that I pretty much want to talk about is the matchmaking, bro. And I'm mainly talking about the Steam matchmaking, not the phone, because I've not really played on phone recently, so I can't really talk too much about it. But mainly on Steam, bro, I'm pretty sure matchmaking happens on the basis of total party power, and I think that's wrong, bro, because like I could just have a whale on my team that just gets matched with, and he's probably farming hyper boost, and he just probably is playing like a step up Marco or something, just trying to farm his hyper boost. He probably has 256 hyper boost and he's trying to farm his 257 hyper boost, and he's just trying to grind some Marco orbs, and he just gets matched on my team. And the matchmaking system thinks like, oh, this guy got like 155,000 party power, so let's match him and with like these other guys who probably have reroll accounts and whatnot, 4 nusjuros, boost 4 nusjuro, whatnot, and pretty much they're gonna matchmake. They're like, okay, both of them have equal party power and everything, so boom, everything good, we're chilling, let's just match them, everything's equal. And in reality, it's not, bro. Like I have like a step up Marco on my team while those guys have boost 4 nusjuros. It's not really fair. I think what you should do instead is use the concept that you have used in 1v1s. In 1v1s, like every character has a fixed number of points, where EX units have like 16 points, and then Binding Fights have like 8 points, and you have 4 points for step ups and whatnot. I think they should use that same concept in League Battle instead of party power, because I don't think that's a valid way to judge it. Because you could have like a reroll account who probably has like 100% support with a boost 3 nusjuro, those 5,000 rainbow diamond accounts that you get, and they have boost 3 nusjuro and whatnot. They could probably have one of those accounts, and honestly speaking, the party power could be low and they could just roll you, bro, just because they have a boost 4 latest EX unit, and the guy on your team is just trying to grind some Mark orbs or something. And yeah, pretty much that's pretty much my point, bro. Try to use the 1v1 concept. Like, you've already made the concept, right? You already have the concept, you've implemented it in one-on-one, and I think 1v1 is like quite a good mode, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, just bring that concept over and use it for your league battle matchmaking as well. I think that will help a lot. Like, honestly speaking, if you do that, bro, if you bring the 1v1 concept of matchmaking and bring it over to league, I think that will completely change matchmaking, and it will make matchmaking significantly better in my opinion. Alright, so moving on to the third point. This point is pretty much like an extension of the first point, bro, where I pretty much was talking about the classes. And pretty much what I talk about here is one class being way too dominant over the other class. So in this case, in the current meta right now, defenders and attackers are just dominating the meta right now, and runners are absolutely cooked, you know. So runners are cooked. They can't even play. Like, most people don't even play runners anymore. They've just stopped playing runners. They put all their runners on the bench, bro. They're just sitting it out, you know, waiting for the meta to change, new units to come out, change the meta and whatnot. Because there's no point in playing runners, bro. You're just gonna get one shot at pretty much everybody, and there's no point in doing that, you know. So why play runners? There's no point in playing runners anymore, and that's the main reason people don't play it anymore. Like, you see in league matches, a lot of people just choose to play double attacker, and you can't really blame them, because when you play runners, you know, you're just gonna get one tapped. You see very few people play runners, bro. And in my opinion, I feel like especially defenders and attackers dominating is like a huge problem, because they just like one shot everybody. I feel like if it's the other way around, where runners dominate like defenders and attackers, it's not like you get one shot all the time. It's just that runners are gonna keep taking flags, and you're gonna keep losing flags, and it's just gonna be like a tons of treasure meta, you know, where you don't necessarily die. You can still play the game, you can still enjoy, you know, you can still defend. Depends on what you play. And yeah, like I said before, like if you think about Gear 5 meta, when Gear 5 first came out, right? Or when Law first came out, you know, that was like straight up tons of treasure meta. It was so fun, bro. Like, compare that to like when kizaru first came out. Like, you tell me, bro. You yourself tell me. You just think about it. When kizaru first came out and when Gear 5 first came out, which meta was fun? Like, the first couple weeks after they came out, you know? You tell me, bro. And even when Law came out first, the first couple weeks, it was so fun, bro. Like, legit. Like, especially when Law came out, bro. I think that was like genuinely one of the most fun metas. Even when Gear 5 came out, I think a lot of people even came back, like even YouTubers and stuff, like big YouTubers like Roman and stuff, I think had come back for B5. I don't know if he's completely back now or what, but I did see him posting a couple videos here and there. You know, like big YouTubers like that came back during the Gear 5 meta, bro, because it was just so fun to play that tons of treasure meta. It doesn't necessarily make units on like put them completely out of the game, which happened in the case like when Gear 5 came out. It kind of like he cooked kizaru for a little bit, but other than that, you know, you could still play your Kuzan, Snake, you know, and you would do just fine against Gear 5, bro. And that brought on like all the other runners in, like Buenos and stuff, Lucci's and stuff, Sabos and stuff, and you could finally play these runners again, which was really fun. In my opinion, I think tons of treasure meta is probably a lot more fun than get mid flag and win meta, in my opinion, right? So yeah, also pretty much just a couple hours before I was filming this video, we just got a new character announcement, bro. I just wanted to cover that in this as well. Since I'm yapping anyways, might as well, you know, drop a little quick segment of the new character that is coming to our game. So pretty much we're getting a new character, and they're doing a live stream for it, so most likely it is going to be a new EX. It might be the first EX. I think they're calling it the 250 million download celebration EX. So yeah, it's pretty much the first EX of the 7.5 anniversary, of unofficially the first EX of 7.5 anniversary. You know, obviously its official name is 250 million download celebration EX, whatnot, but it is the first EX, I'm pretty sure, because they're not just gonna randomly do a live stream for a Bounty Fest, right? I mean, they did do one for Red Rock Luffy, but I don't think this one just gonna be another Bounty Fest again. I think it's most likely gonna be an EX. I could be wrong though, but I think it should most likely be an EX in my opinion. And also, yeah, that's pretty much all I had to talk about the EX. But hopefully it's a good EX that is a runner. It has to, at this point, it has to be a runner, bro. Although I kind of feel like I don't want it to be a runner because I don't have enough Rainbow Diamonds to guarantee it, so I probably won't be able to summon. But yeah, I think it should be a runner. If it's not, I don't know, man. A lot of people were saying that they even saw wings in the trailer and whatnot. The trailer that OPBR dropped on their official Twitter account, so go check that out if you've not seen it. But yeah, a lot of people are saying that they saw wings and stuff on that, so it probably could be Mars. I don't really know, but yeah, if it is Mars, I think he should be a runner in my opinion. But yeah, that's pretty much about the new character. And pretty much the next point that I want to talk about is that we just had a huge ass 2 GB update. It was like a week or two ago, I think. At this point, we had a huge, at least on Steam, it was like a 2 point something GB update, 2.5, 2.6 GB update, and it was apparently to fix all the bugs and glitches and the hacker issue and this and that, right? And I think that they fixed the hacker issue quite well. Now we don't really have all the spawn hacks anymore, but I think those bugs and glitches are still there, bro. Potato servers are just glitching out and starting to lag out randomly, bro. I think that's still a thing. It's still an issue. It's been an issue for years now. I don't even think it's like worth like mentioning, honestly speaking. Yeah, pretty much just like they did a whole ass 2.6 GB update on Steam. So yeah, and they still cannot fix like the glitches, especially like the potato servers and stuff, right? Because like the servers be glitching hella, bro. Like there's so much lag and stuff like still, and I'm streaming and everything on YouTube, so it's definitely not my internet. Like you can just go watch my streams. Like the stream is perfectly fine, internet is stable, everything's stable, stream is going perfectly fine, no issues. And then my game is just lagging, which clearly is not my internet, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much about the glitches part, stuff like that. And next up is the DCing as well. It's kind of like connected, same thing. For some reason, I even made a whole video about it. Like one stream, bro, I was just DCing back to back to back for some reason. I don't even know why. I legit do not know why, bro. Like, and a lot of people, not only me, a lot of people in my alliance, and even like when I stream, a lot of people keep telling me that, you know, they keep DCing over and over again. Like, why you do DC, bro? And plus you get your points taken away from that. Like you grind so hard. As it is, the meta is so cooked, bro. It is so cooked, it's difficult to grind points, and you just DC randomly. For it's not even your fault, bro. You're like, people literally send me screenshots of them having 800 like Mbps internet speed, bro, and they're getting DC'd, which is actually so cooked, bro. It's legit so cooked. Like you have, imagine you have 800 Mbps internet speed, like, and you're getting DC'd, bro. It is so chopped, bro. Like literally, like we definitely need to fix the potato servers, bro, in this game, because the potato servers are absolutely cooked, man. I think you definitely need to fix that. And yeah, it's pretty much about the update, the connection issues, DCing glitches, you know, all that stuff pretty much. And pretty much the next point that I want to talk about is pretty much about the balance in the meta. And I feel like the best example to kind of like talk about this is the 6th anniversary. I'm pretty sure it's the 6th, right? The 6th anniversary was when Garb, Sabo, and Kuzan came out. Sorry if I'm talking about the wrong anniversary here, but I'm pretty much referring to the anniversary when we got Kuzan, Sabo, Garb. And this anniversary was really good, really balanced, and it started off, even 7th anniversary started off really well, bro. When they dropped Law, they dropped Blackbeard. Blackbeard was obviously a little bit broken. He was quite broken to an extent, but he still needed skill, bro. You couldn't just like press buttons and hope that you'll just win. You need to land your counters, make sure you use the right skill and the right units. You know, for 1 HP unit, you know, 1 HP unit, you pretty much want to use skill 1, skill 2 for like the multiple life units. You need to kind of like use your brain a little bit, you know. You need to make sure you land your counters, you know, change to light when you want to like cook units like nusjuro and stuff. Then you want to change back to dark when you want to cook units like Fujitora and Luffy and Whitebeard and all that. So you kind of need to use your brain a little bit with Blackbeard, right? But to an extent, he was not as broken as like a Kizaru, for example, right? He was still quite broken, which I think EX units, you know, they're EX units after all. They're extreme legendary characters, so they have to be broken to an extent, which is acceptable. You know, they're EX units for a reason, so they have to be broken to an extent, which he was. And at the same time, I would say just make it so that they don't have to just like auto click, bro. People like auto click with Kizaru and get 10k score, you know. Don't make it that brain dead. I think Blackbeard's a good example of an attacker, although he's quite a bit on the broken side, but he does take a little bit of brains, bro. You need to have a little bit of brain cells to play that guy. You need to use a couple brain cells to play that guy. But yeah, like I said, 7th anniversary started off really well, but then they dropped nusjuro and completely cooked everything. In my opinion, if they dropped nusjuro as a runner at the time, it would kind of like balance everything out, because at the time we just had Whitebeard buffs. We just got Blackbeard, and then who's an attacker, and Whitebeard was a defender. And so the meta was already heavily in the defender's court, bro. Like the meta was heavily defender dominated. Everyone was just spamming defenders, and it was a get mid flag and will already. And then they made it even worse by dropping nusjuro, who's another defender. So after that, it was just cooked, bro. After that, it was legit just cooked, bro. Like legit just cooked. You could not do anything, you know. So yeah, I think, and like I said before, best example was Sabo, Kuzan, Garp. When they first came out, that meta was really balanced. Each of them were like the best in their class, and they kind of like balanced everything out. They were kind of broken, but they were broken equally, if you understand what I mean, right? Each of them was broken, and I think to an extent they're also like the best examples of how units should be. And yeah, they were kind of like broken equally, like I said before. Each of them could like counter the other if you use the units in the right way. Like, you know, Sabo can cook Garp, Garp can cook Sabo, Kuzan can cook Sabo, Sabo can cook Kuzan. It goes like It's like pretty much like a circle, right? Pretty much just how red cooks blue, blue cooks green, green cooks red. It's like pretty much like a circle type of thing where, you know, each of them cook others. It just depends on how you use them. If you use them in the right way, you can cook each other. And yeah, I think that was like one of the perfect depictions of a good meta, bro. Not any unit was like completely like outstandingly broken. Like right now, you know, kizaru and nusjuro are easily the two most broken units. You know, they're way ahead of any other unit. Maybe Whitebeard's up with them as well. Whitebeard actually is not talked about as much, bro. But Whitebeard is low-key really broken if you think about it. He's like pretty much almost up there with kizaru and nusjuro low-key. You know, he's like a little underrated guy that no one talks about because kizaru and nusjuro are so toxic. People like I think maybe I'm a runner main, that's why I feel like that. But I think Whitebeard's up there with them, bro. Low-key is so broken. But yeah, pretty much that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, Sabo, Kuzan, and Garp, they were kind of like broken equally. So none of them were like standing out like as the clear like strongest unit or something. They were all like equally broken, and all classes were kind of like equal at the time. You know, there was no dominant class at the time, I think. So that was like the perfect portrayal of a perfect meta, I think, where all the classes are kind of like equal. So you need that kind of balance between units, bro. You can't have one class completely dominating. I think they need to bring that back and use that 6th anniversary. I think it should be 6th anniversary if I'm not wrong. If I'm wrong, my bad, bro. But pretty much 6th anniversary, they should use that as like a guide, a template, so to say, and try to build their remaining anniversaries just like that, bro. In my opinion, I think that type of balance is really good to have. And pretty much the next point is pretty much tying back to that point that I pretty much was talking about, the balance between units, kizaru and nusjuro. I think to an extent you can put Whitebeard on this as well. Like I said before, maybe just because I'm a runner main, and you know, the rocks being on every single flag is just kind of annoying to have. But you know, I would like to put Whitebeard up there, although a lot of people would maybe disagree, I don't know. But I think Whitebeard is up there as one of the most toxic units in the meta right now. Those rocks are like hella toxic, bro. The rock spam is just crazy when it comes to Whitebeard. But yeah, pretty much like I said before, these toxic units, bro. Like I said before, Blackbeard is like a decent example as well to use here, because to an extent he was really broken, but they still made it so that you need to use a little bit of brain cells. You need to land your counter, you know. You need to land your counter. You need to know which skill to use when. You just can't spam any skill and hope to get KOs. I see a lot of people just spamming Tremor Crash all the time, even when it's against Whitebeard or against Luffy or Law, and they're spamming Tremor Crash, and then they're not getting KO'd because they're 1 HP trade. And it's so cooked, you know, like Luffy and Law don't get KO'd because they're 1 HP trade. And the Blackbeard just keeps spamming Tremor Crash, you know. So like I said before, you know, you gotta have a little bit of brain with Blackbeards. Man, yeah, like I said, make it at least a little bit, like Blackbeard, for example. He's really broken, but you still need to use a little bit of brains to play him, you know, and cook up with him. So I'm saying like that, like, just don't make it super toxic where you just press a couple buttons and win games, you know. That's pretty much what you do, bro. Don't make units like S-Snake where you can just auto-click and get 10k score, or kizaru, auto-click and get 10k. I've seen that happen, bro. There's auto-clicker kizarus who just join, like, in games and they just get 10 KOs, bro. It's so cooked. It's literally so toxic, bro. Same with Whitebeard. You can just auto-click with Whitebeard and still win. Like, it's actually crazy. And the next point that I really want to cover here is about making it easier to max characters, and pretty much making it easier, whether it's through the treadmill, maybe giving us more frags through the treadmill, or making it easier to get frags, or reducing the total number of frags required to like level up a character. So right now I think you need 1200. Maybe bring it down to like 800 or something, where you pretty much need like I don't know, 300 frags to get 5-star, and then like 500 frags to get 6-star or something like that, or maybe 200 frags to get 5-star, and then 400 frags to get or 600 frags to get you know, 6-star, you know. So make it like bring down the amount of frags required, or make it easier to get more frags. Give us more frags, because right now, bro, like by the time someone maxes a unit, if they don't have enough frags, like if you put a unit on a treadmill, I think the time is about like 6 months ish, something around there, around 6 months. I could be a little bit off. If I'm off, let me know in the comments, but I think it's about 6 months to max a unit from the treadmill. And honestly speaking, bro, that's too long. Like, you know how fast the meta changes. Like, talk about the unit that came out 6 months ago. I think it's like Gear 5 Luffy, or like Saturn, I think, right? If you take Saturn right now and compare it to how he used to be back in the day, like when he first came out, he used to be so nice to play, bro. He was so fun to play back in the day. Now you got to worry about Kuma Bani. Nusjuro will just one-tap you with his normals when he's running. right? Kumabani, obviously Zoro and stuff. There's a lot of counters to Saturn now. Back in the day, you had to only maybe worry about like Lucci, bro, when he first came out. Like, that's about like his main counter. So like I said before, if you had a max nusjuro when he first came out, like within the first month of him coming out, it was just so much more fun compared to like right now, where you got to deal with all this stuff. You can't even like enjoy Saturn like that anymore. Although he's still really good, he's still top 3 defenders, you know, but you know what I mean, right? Like the experience of playing him at max level, like in the first month of him coming out, and the experience of him like playing him at max level coming out now, it's huge. It's a huge difference. Same with Gear 5 Luffy as well. Having a max Gear 5 Luffy like within the first month of him coming out, and maxing him now after just having him on the treadmill for like 6 months, playing a maxed EX Luffy right now, it's like completely different, bro. Like Luffy's kind of cooked right now, although he's still quite good as well. But like I said before, you know, the experience is completely different, you know. So like I said before, make it easier to max characters. And another suggestion, pretty much the next point that kind of like ties into this one, is to give Cola some more value, bro, because there's nothing in Cola that you get. Like I just go in there to like get my black Cola orbs, is that what it's called, for the hyper boost stuff, you know, just that. And if sometimes I'm out of Bonnie coins or something, or if I'm out of like some kind of like orbs or whatnot, I'll just come there to get that, and that's about it, bro. There's really nothing to get in Cola Shop. So I think maybe just like give us something in Cola Shop, make it like where we get like maybe boost orbs, like our boost 1 and boost 2, especially boost 2 orbs, or make it so that we can maybe rent a character for a day. I've said this before, I think, in a video as well, like where we can spend 1,000 cola and rent like a nusjuro for a day, or a kizaru for a day, right? Stuff like that, right? Rent a max kizaru for a day. It might sound crazy, but maybe not kizaru, right? But at least some other bounty fest, right? You know, that we might not have. Like for example, Wapol just came out, and maybe, you know, I'm a huge Wapol fan, you know, and I want to play Wapol, but I don't have Rainbow Diamonds. I got shafted on Wapol banner, so I want to play Wapol now. So let me spend some cola and let me maybe get Wapol. So at least when I get shafted on the Wapol banner, I can use the cola that I got from there to maybe summon or use Wapol for a day, or rent him for a day, you know. Or not only like rent, bro, just like other resources in general. Maybe give us some more character fragments from there, you know. Maybe just drop random character fragments every day in the Cola Shop that we can like collect, so we can maybe increase our hype boost, make our supports better. And also, talking about character fragments, give us an option to select between cola and character fragments when we're summoning on units. So like for example, if I'm summoning for any unit and I already have the unit maxed, instead of getting 50 cola, give me the option to toggle between cola and character fragments. So for example, if someone's low on cola, they might just toggle and set it to cola, and maybe I just want to boost 3 the character that I already have maxed. Maybe it's like a time skip Luffy or something, Sabori Luffy, that I want to like boost 3 or boost 4, and I want his frags. So instead of like giving me 50 cola, might as well just give me like 200 frags for that character, right? Like I would normally do if I didn't have him level 100, right? Or maybe even more. Like that's normally what happens in like season points and chance cards, right? Like once you have a character max, you normally get more than what you would have gotten if they were not maxed, you know. So if, you know, they were not maxed, you get 200. So now maybe when they're maxed, you give us like 400 now. I don't know, something like that. Figure it out. But yeah, so it's a lot easier for us to at least get hyper boost, a lot easier for us to build our supports. So yeah, overall, like I said before, and make it easier for us to get like old 4-star units, like literally like the old 4-star units that no one's gonna use, right? Like Red Admiral, Akainu, or Arlong, or all these units, right? Like just make it easier for us to get these units. Or maybe like just old Kobe or any of these old units, bro, like no one uses. No one's gonna use these units. They're probably not gonna get buffed anytime soon. At least give it to us and help us max these units out, bro. So at least we have, you know, a few extra maxed out units that we could use. Try new supports, maybe use them in our supports as well, who knows. But yeah, just make it easier for us to get old 4-star units. Make it a guarantee on pretty much every banner, where every time you summon, you're gonna get one old 4-star unit guarantee, you know, something like that. But yeah, that pretty much was all the suggestions I had. Mainly I just wanted to talk about the class issue, bro, because like classes just does not make sense anymore. Because I don't know, man, like they're just making nusjuro running around the map one-shotting everyone. That is not exactly what the defender is supposed to do. He's not supposed to get the mid flag before a king, bro. Like he's beating king and Dark Roger to mid flag. That's actually absurd, bro. He can just one-shot units just like Kizaru can. Like it's actually cooked. Like, you know what I mean? And same thing with Kizaru. You can just teleport around and hit all the flags just like a hybrid Kaido would with his fireballs, you know, with his skill 2, you know. Like it's kind of crazy. Like a Momonosuke teleports, or a snake teleports to the farthest flag, Kizaru can just teleport as well. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. So yeah, that's pretty much the point that I wanted to talk about in this video, bro. And yeah, that pretty much is the video for today. Hopefully y'all did enjoy the video, guys. Let me know what y'all think about the points that I was talking about in this video in the comment section down below. And yeah, bro, if y'all enjoyed the video, make sure y'all go and drop a like, subscribe up to the channel, join the Discord, and I'm gonna get y'all guys in the next one.